Welcome to TrueVenge Chronicles family, and welcome to every new viewer joining us today. Here we share suspenseful revenge stories about betrayal, proof, and the moment truth wins. Today's episode is titled, My Sister Said I Was Living Off Luck, the contract date changed everything. You'll watch a proud sister mock my hard work, a family dinner turn into a trap, and one simple contract date expose a shocking lie. If you love smart twists, clean receipts, and a victory that feels earned, you're in the right place. Sit back, breathe deep, and enjoy the story of the day.
My name is Evan Caldwell. I am 33, and I live in Auckland, New Zealand. I run a small company called Harborside Systems, where I help warehouses track stock with simple software and scanners. I started it in my spare room with a second-hand laptop and a borrowed van for client visits. I did not come from money. My dad, Colin, repairs fishing boats at the marina. My mom, Nadine, teaches kindergarten. They raised me to work hard, stay calm, and keep promises. My older sister, Marina, is 36. She works as a partnership lead at a flashy tech agency in the city. She dresses like a billboard and talks like every room is a stage. Marina loves the idea of success more than the work behind it. She also loves telling people, I am lucky. Not skilled, not prepared. Lucky. The problem started with a contract that could change my life. In March, I met a logistics company called South Star Freight. They wanted a new tracking system for 3 big depots. If I won the deal, it would be the biggest project I had ever handled. It would let me hire more staff, move out of my tiny office, and finally pay my parents back for years of quiet support. I worked on that pitch for 6 weeks. I skipped weekends. I ate noodles over my keyboard. I learned their routes, their delays, their scanning habits, and the way their managers hated long reports. I built a demo that felt like a game. 1 scan, 1 beep, 1 clean screen. When something went wrong, the system showed the fix in plain words. No fancy talk, just help. On April 2nd, South Star invited me to present at their headquarters near the port. I wore my only good blazer. My hands shook, but my voice stayed steady. Their COO, Soren Patel, asked sharp questions. He watched my answers like he was checking for cracks. I did not bluff. If I did not know something, I said so, then explained how I would test it. After 40 minutes, he smiled once and said, You built this yourself. I nodded. Yes, every line. 2 days later, Soren emailed me. They wanted a final proposal and a draft contract by April 15th. I celebrated with my parents in our kitchen, eating Mum's lemon cake. Marina was there too, because my parents invite her to everything, hoping we will feel close again. She listened with a tight smile, then said, So you got lucky and met the right guy. Nice. I tried to laugh it off. It's not luck. I've been chasing this sector for a year. Marina waved her fork. Sure, Ev. People like you always think it's skill, but it's timing. You're just in the right place. My dad frowned. Marina. She smiled sweetly. What? I'm proud. I'm saying he's fortunate. That word, fortunate, landed like a slap. I swallowed it. I had learned that arguing with Marina was like trying to hold water. She always slipped free. And somehow, you ended up wet. A week later, my mother called me. Ev, your sister asked for your proposal deck. She said she wants to help polish it. She's good at presentations, you know. I froze. Did you send it? No, Mom said quickly. I told her to ask you. I didn't want to upset you. I thanked her, then sat at my desk staring at my screen. Marina had never helped my business. She never asked about my clients. She only showed up when there was something to show off. I told myself she was just curious. Still, I tightened my security, changed passwords, and made backups. On April 12th, Marina texted me, Dinner Sunday at Mom and Dad's. Bring good news. Also, I have a surprise. I should have asked what surprise. I should have said no. But in my family, Sunday dinner is treated like a law. You show up, you smile, you pretend the cracks are not there. Sunday came. Auckland was windy, the kind of wind that pushes salt into your eyes. I arrived with a folder in my bag, the final contract draft, with Southstar's logo on it and my company name in bold. The next step was simple. If they approved the last changes, we would sign on April 18th. Marina arrived 10 minutes late, wearing a cream coat and a grin. With her was her boyfriend, Keaton Rusk, a slick sales manager who laughed too loudly. My parents set the table with roast chicken and potatoes. They tried to make it warm. They always did. At first, dinner stayed normal. Dad talked about a broken engine. Mom talked about her students and their drawings. Keaton bragged about a major partnership his agency was chasing. Marina kept checking her phone. Then Dad asked me, "How's that big contract?" I started to answer, but Marina cut in. "Actually, Ev, tell them the truth. You almost lost it." My fork stopped mid-air. "What are you talking about?" Marina leaned back, pleased. "Southstar Freight. I know someone there. They said your proposal was messy and your numbers were off. But don't worry, I helped." My mother blinked. "Helped? How?" Marina's smile widened. "I called in a favor. I had my team review his deck. We fixed his story. We made it sound real. Otherwise, Ev would have shown up with those plain slides and scared them away." Keaton laughed. "No offense, man, but you need polish for big clients." Heat rushed to my face. "You didn't review anything. I never sent you my deck." Marina's eyes flashed. "You didn't have to. I found it. Your shared drive link was in Mom's email when she asked you about it. I clicked it. Don't act like it's a crime." My dad's voice turned hard. "Marina, you went into your mother's email?" Mom looked down, ashamed. "I didn't know." Marina lifted her hands. "Relax. I was helping. And guess what?" Quick pause, friend. Are you enjoying this story so far? Or is Marina making your blood boil like mine? Tell me in the comments what you think about this Sunday dinner mess. If you were in my shoes right now, would you stay calm, speak up, or walk out and protect your work before it gets stolen? I truly want to know what you would do at this exact moment. Also, what do you think about my channel TrueVenge Chronicles so far? If these stories hit your heart, please subscribe, hit like, and share this video with a friend who needs courage. And if you have a tricky sister or a proud family, tell me your situation too, because your words can help someone else. Finally, comment where you are watching from today, because I read those locations and they motivate me. Now, back to the story, right now, please. Marina's voice was bright. "I helped, and it worked. Why is that bad?" "It's theft," I said, "and Southstar knows it." Hispanic. My dad's hands clenched on the table. "Marina, did you send his work to your office?" Keaton spoke fast. "Richard, sorry, Colin, it's not like that. Marina is just ambitious." Dad's eyes stayed on my sister. Answer. Marina's chin lifted. "Yes, I sent it. Because Ev's deck was plain and weak. I improved it. Southstar deserves the best. And if my agency wins, we all win. Right? Family. Success." My mother's voice shook. "You used your brother." Marina shrugged. "He should thank me. I'm the reason they even pay attention." That was the moment I stopped caring about keeping peace. I reached into my bag and pulled out the paper copy of the contract draft. I laid it flat beside the roast chicken. "This is what Southstar asked for," I said. "A systems build, not an ad campaign. Your agency cannot deliver it. You can decorate slides, but you cannot build the product." Marina's eyes flashed. "Don't talk down to me." "I'm not," I said. "I'm talking facts." Keaton leaned forward. "Ev, you're overreacting. Just let Marina handle the client side. You can be the tech guy in the background." My dad barked a short laugh. "In the background? In his own company?" Keaton's smile twitched. Marina looked at my parents, softening her voice like a performer changing masks. Mom, Dad, you know I'm the one with connections. Evan is smart, sure, but he's not polished. People like Soren Patel want confidence. I can bring that. I can bring the shine. I looked at her. You mean you can take credit? She pointed at me. You always assume the worst. You're so sensitive. My mother wiped her eyes. Marina, you owe him an apology. I would do her. Marina opened her mouth, then glanced at her phone on the table. A message popped up. I saw a logo in the corner. Ashton Ridge Media, her agency. She quickly flipped the screen down, but I had already read the first line. South Star call, 8 a.m. Tomorrow. Dress sharp. My stomach turned cold. You have a call with South Star tomorrow, I said. Marina froze. Dad's voice went low. Marina. She grabbed the phone. It's nothing, just a general intro. No, I said. It's the follow-up for the stolen proposal. Keaton stood up. Okay, this dinner is getting weird. I stood too, not rushed. Sit down, Keaton. This is my work. He hesitated, then sat, but his knee bounced under the table. I breathed in, then did what I always do when I need to think. I focused on details, dates, times, proof. South Star's legal team asked why they got 2 proposals. I said, I told them the truth. I told them my sister accessed my files without permission. I also told them I can prove the timeline. Marina's voice went sharp. You told them about me? Yes, I said, because you dragged my name through the dirt first. My mother whispered, Evan, what will happen? I don't know yet, I said honestly, but I know one thing. If Marina tries to sign anything using my work, she will burn her own career. Marina scoffed. You think you can burn me? I have a real job. You have a little luck business. I looked at my father. Dad, can I use your laptop? Mine is in the car. Dad nodded and got up. He came back with his old laptop, scratched and slow, but it worked. I opened it at the table and pulled up the contract draft. At the top of the page was the key line, contract effective date, 18 April 2026, drafted by Harborside Systems Limited, prepared for South Star Freight Limited. I turned the screen to my family. This date matters, I said, because I emailed this draft to South Star's legal team on Friday. They replied with edits Saturday morning. Their edits are time-stamped. And the second proposal from Marina's agency was sent Saturday at 3:41 p.m. after they saw my draft. Marina's eyes narrowed. You don't know that. I clicked open an email thread, then a PDF. I do. South Star forwarded me what your agency sent them, asking me to explain. Look. My mother leaned in. My father leaned in. Even Keaton leaned in, because curiosity beats pride. The PDF had bright colors and glossy icons, but the text was my text. The milestone dates matched mine. Even my spelling mistake in warehouse aisle was there, copied like a fingerprint. My father exhaled through his nose. That's yours. Yes, I said. And here is the worst part. I scrolled to the signature page of the agency's proposal. It had a place for South Star to sign a service agreement for strategy and implementation. It listed a start date of April 19th, one day after my contract's effective date. Marina's mouth opened. No sound came out. I looked up. They set their start date after mine because they assumed they could force me out. They assumed your version would replace mine. My mother's hands shook. Marina, why would you do this? Marina's eyes narrowed again. You don't get it. I deserved this win. My dad said, you don't steal wins. About resin mend, Marina snapped. It's not stealing if he was going to lose it anyway. I stared at her. You don't even know if I would lose. She scoffed. Please. You don't have the look. You don't have the network. You don't have the polish. I pointed at the screen. I have the work. Keaton tried to laugh, but it sounded thin. Marina, maybe we should go. Marina ignored him. "I can still fix this," she said. "I'll take the call tomorrow. I'll charm them, and we'll all move forward." My dad stood. "Marina, you will call South Star right now and tell them you withdraw." Marina laughed, shaky. "And look weak?" My dad stepped closer. "Weak is stealing from your brother." Marina looked from dad to mum. She looked at me last, eyes hard. "You think this will make you feel strong?" I said quietly, "It already does, because I'm finally not pretending." She swallowed, then said, "Fine, I'll withdraw, but I want something in return." I blinked. "What?" "You'll give me credit," she said. "Publicly. You'll tell Mum and Dad you forgive me, and you'll tell everyone that I helped." My mother whispered, "Marina, no." I stared at my sister. "You still want a trophy for stabbing me?" She lifted her chin. "Call it what you want. I call it respect." I shook my head. "Respect is earned, not demanded." Marina's eyes went cold. "Then I guess you'll learn what happens when you make enemies." Keaton tugged her sleeve. "Let's go." She walked out, heels sharp on the floorboards. The front door slammed hard enough to rattle the glasses. For a long moment, none of us spoke. My mother started to cry quietly, the kind of cry that comes from realizing you can't fix something with kindness. My dad put a hand on my shoulder. "Son, I'm sorry. It's not your fault," I said. But my throat hurt. Anyway, then my phone buzzed. A new email from Soren Patel. Subject: Tomorrow's call moved earlier. My stomach sank as I opened it. The first line read, "Evan, we need to talk before your sister speaks to anyone. There is something you should know about the contract date." Part 2. Soren's email hit me like cold water. I read it twice. Then I stood up so fast my chair scraped the floor. My parents looked at me, frightened. "What is it?" Mom asked. I swallowed. South Star moved the call earlier, and Soren says there is something I should know about the contract date. Dad's brow furrowed. "About the date?" I nodded, already grabbing my bag. "I need to go. Now." Mom reached for my arm. "Evan, please be careful." "I will," I said, and kissed her cheek. Then I drove through the windy streets toward my office, hands tight on the wheel. At midnight, Auckland roads are quiet, but my mind was loud. What could be wrong with the date? I had written it. I had sent it. South Star had replied with edits. The timeline was solid, unless someone had tried to change it. At my office, I powered up my work laptop and opened every log I had. Version history, email, timestamps, cloud access. I also opened the PDF South Star had forwarded from Ashton Ridge Media. I zoomed in on the signature page again. That's when I saw it. Their document had a line that mine did not. Preferred contract effective date, 17 April, 2026. 1 day earlier than my draft's effective date. 1 day earlier than the date South Star told me to use. It looked small, almost harmless, like a suggestion. But dates in contracts are not harmless. Dates decide who owns what, who starts when, and who gets blamed if something fails. I checked my own draft, 18 April, clear. Then I checked the latest edited version from South Star's legal team, 18 April, still clear. So why did Marina's agency push for 17 April? My phone rang at 12:21 a.m., an unknown number. I answered anyway. "Evan Caldwell?" A calm voice asked. "Yes, this is Soren Patel." I sat down slowly. "Soren, I got your email." "Good," he said. "I'm calling now because I don't want you blindsided tomorrow." "Blindsided by what?" I asked. Soren exhaled. "By your sister's claim. She told our team you agreed to shift the contract effective date to April 17th. So her agency could coordinate launch messaging before your system goes live." My stomach tightened. "I never agreed to that." "I assumed you didn't," Soren said. "That's why I'm calling you. Our counsel ran an audit on the files we received. Your sister's team attached a PDF that appears to be a modified copy of your draft. Not just similar, modified. My voice went sharp. They altered my contract? Yes, Soren said. And there is more. The metadata on their PDF shows it was exported from a device registered to Marina Caldwell. It also shows the file name matches your original draft name down to your internal version code. My mouth went dry. So she didn't just steal my proposal. She edited my legal document. Soren's tone stayed steady, but there was steel under it. Correct. And she sent it to us as if it came from you. That is a serious issue. I pressed my fingers to my forehead. What happens now? Tomorrow morning, Soren said, we will hold a joint call. Our legal lead, our procurement lead, you, and Miss Caldwell. We will ask simple questions. We will present the audit trail. We will record the meeting for our records. I swallowed. Do you want me to threaten her? No, he said. I want you to stay calm and tell the truth. We value vendors who are steady under pressure. Your system impressed our operations team. Your documentation impressed our lawyers. But we cannot move forward with any partner who plays games with dates. Understood, I said. Soren paused. Evan, one more thing. We found another document attached to their pitch, a letter of intent with a date stamp of March 19th, 2 days before I first emailed you. My heart thudded. That's impossible! Exactly, Soren said. It looks backdated. The signature block includes a typed name, not a verified signature. Our counsel believes it was fabricated to make it seem like Ashton Ridge was engaged before you. My hands curled into fists. She's trying to rewrite time. Soren's voice softened slightly. I'm sorry. I know this is family. But this is also business. And if your sister is willing to fake dates, she could create legal risk for you too. I thought of my parents' faces at the dinner table. I thought of Mom crying. I thought of Marina demanding credit after she tried to stab me. I won't cover for her, I said. Good, Soren replied. Get some rest. The call is at 7:30 a.m. I moved it earlier because her agency tried to schedule a separate meeting with our CEO at 9. I shut it down. I let out a breath. I didn't know I was holding. Thank you. Don't thank me, Soren said. Thank your habit of keeping clean records. It's why we noticed. We hung up. I sat in the dark office with the city lights glowing outside. My sister had crossed a line I didn't even know existed. She had not just mocked me. She had forged dates. She had tried to steal a future and glue her name over mine. At 1 a.m., I called my lawyer, Maiko Tanaka, a straight-talking contract attorney who never smiled unless she was winning. She picked up on the third ring. Evan, she said, voice rough with sleep. This better be important. It is, I said. My sister altered my draft contract and sent it to a client as if it was mine. Maiko was silent for a beat, then fully awake. Send me everything. Emails, version history, the forwarded PDF, access logs, now. I forwarded the files while we spoke. Southstar is holding a recorded call in the morning, I said. Good, Maiko replied. Do not threaten. Do not insult. Let them talk. Let them reveal themselves. I nodded, even though my stomach felt like stone. Another quick pause before the morning explodes. What do you think I should do now that my own sister is changing contract dates and faking letters? Should I warn my parents first, call my lawyer again, or go straight to the client and let the truth hit her on record? Tell me your honest opinion in the comments, because this is the kind of moment where one choice changes everything. Also, how is TrueVenge Chronicles treating you today? If you like stories that feel real, with clean proof and strong comebacks, subscribe and turn on notifications. Type the city and country you are watching from so we can see how far this channel reaches. All right, deep breath. Let's jump back in. And if Marina was your sibling, would you expose her publicly? Or keep it private and just protect yourself? Say what you would choose. And why. No judgment here. I didn't reply to Marina's text. I had learned that arguing with her only fed her. Instead, I forwarded the message to Maiko with a single note. She admits impact. Then I called Ashton Ridge HR. A woman named Priya Salmond answered, voice tight. Mr. Caldwell, thank you for calling. We received a complaint from South Star Freight regarding forged documents. We need your statement. I'll provide it, I said. But first, understand this. Marina accessed my private folder without permission and copied my proposal. Priya sighed. We are aware. Miss Caldwell has been suspended pending investigation. I felt a strange mix of relief and sadness. She did this to herself. Priya continued. We also need to know whether you plan legal action against our company. I don't want to punish innocent staff, I said. I want my work protected, and I want the client to know the truth. Understood, Priya replied. Please email us your evidence and any financial loss you suffered. After the call, I drove to my parents' house. I didn't want them to learn from gossip or a furious Marina. When I arrived, Dad was in the driveway, hands in his pockets, face drawn. Your mom told me you left fast, he said. What happened? I took a breath and explained the call, the forged letter, the changed date, the audit trail. I kept it simple. Facts, not insults. Dad listened, jaw tight. When I finished, he stared at the grass for a long time. Your sister is going to blow up. She already did, I said, and showed him her text. Dad's shoulders slumped. I don't understand how she became like this. Mom stepped onto the porch, wiping her hands on a dish towel. Her eyes were red from crying, but her voice was steady. Where is Marina? Quote, I don't know, I said, but she's in trouble. Mom sat down on the porch step. I keep thinking of her as a little girl with scraped knees. I sat beside her. She's not that little girl right now. We heard tires on gravel. A white SUV pulled up hard. Marina jumped out. Face pale. Hair perfect. Eyes wild. Keaton stayed in the driver's seat, staring straight ahead. Marina marched toward us. You told South Star I forged documents, she said. I told them the truth, I replied. She pointed at my parents. And you're just sitting here letting him do this? Dad stood. Marina, did you fake dates? Marina's mouth tightened. I adjusted them, Mom whispered. That is faking. Marina turned on Mom. Don't preach to me. You never understood my world. Dad's voice rose. Your world doesn't get to steal your brother's work. Marina's eyes glistened. You all think I'm a monster. I said, no. I think you made a monstrous choice, she snapped. Because I was desperate. For what? I asked. For a trophy? For applause? Marina's voice shook. For respect. For being seen. Mom stood too. Slower. We see you. We always did. But we can't clap for lies. Marina's breathing grew fast. They suspended me, HR called. Do you know what that means? It means consequences, I said. She took a step closer, voice low. You ruined my career, and I will ruin your contract. I stayed calm. You can't. South Star has my clean draft, my logs, and a recorded call. They saw you admit you edited my contract. Marina flinched. Recorded? Dad stared at her. You lied on a recorded call? Marina's face crumpled for half a second, then hardened again. They tricked me. No, I said. Your own words trapped you. Keaton finally got out of the SUV. He walked up, hands up like a peace sign. Everyone, chill. Marina is under stress. Dad looked at him. And you encouraged her. Keaton's smile faltered. I didn't know she forged anything. I pointed to the SUV. Go wait in the car, Keaton. This is family. Keaton started to protest, but Mom said softly, please, He backed away. Marina wiped her cheek, angry at the tear. "I won't be the only one who falls," she said. "If I go down, I'll tell everyone Evan set me up. I'll say he shared the files on purpose to blame me." I nodded slowly. "Try it. My access log shows your IP and your device. Your agency's PDF metadata shows your name. The March 19th letter shows it was created in April. Time itself is my witness." Marina looked like she wanted to scream. Then she did something worse. She pulled out her phone and started typing fast. Mum grabbed her wrist. "What are you doing?" Marina yanked free. "Calling Southstar. I'll tell them Evan is unstable and hard to work with." I stepped forward and held up my own phone. "Go ahead. But before you do, know this. Maiko has already sent Southstar a formal notice about the attempted fraud. If you contact them to interfere, that becomes retaliation, and it becomes another record." Marina froze, phone hovering. Dad said, "Marina, stop." Marina's voice dropped to a whisper. "So you chose him." Dad's eyes filled with pain. "I chose honesty." Marina stared at us, then laughed once, broken and sharp. "Fine. Enjoy your honest little family." She stormed back to the SUV and slammed the door. Keaton sped off like the road was on fire. Mum began to cry again. Dad put his arms around her. I stood there, feeling heavy and light at the same time. That afternoon, Southstar emailed my lawyer and me. They had decided to proceed with Harborside Systems, but under one condition. We sign using a secure platform with full audit trails, and we start with a smaller pilot depot first. I almost laughed from relief. A smaller start was fine. Clean and safe was better than big and risky. At 4:10 p.m., I met Maiko at her office. She reviewed the new contract draft. "This is good," she said. "And because your documentation is strong, they trust you." "Will Marina face charges?" I asked. Maiko leaned back. "Southstar can pursue fraud. Ashton Ridge can fire her. You can sue for damages. Leverleys. But the fastest revenge is the clean win you are getting. The contract, the respect, and a record that shows you were right." I thought of Marina's face. "I don't want jail. I want her to stop." Maiko nodded, then set a boundary. "If she contacts your clients, you act. If she leaves you alone, you move on." The Seftonet, because the next day, my pilot contract was signed at 9 a.m. The effective date stayed April 18th, exactly as it should. When the final signature hit the page, I felt my chest loosen for the first time in weeks. At 9:12 a.m., my phone buzzed again. A message from Priya at Ashton Ridge. "Miss Caldwell has been terminated for misconduct, including document falsification and breach of confidentiality. Please confirm you will not pursue legal action if our firm cooperates with any client inquiry." Maiko replied for me with a short yes, as long as my work was protected and my name was cleared. By Friday, the news had traveled through the local tech circle. Not the messy details, but enough. Marina had been fired. Ashton Ridge was reviewing internal controls. Southstar had chosen the smaller vendor with stronger compliance. Then Marina showed up at my office. She stood in the doorway like someone who had walked out of a storm. No perfect coat, no polished smile, just tired eyes and clenched hands. "I need to talk," she said. I kept my voice calm. "Talk." She stepped inside, looking around at my small office, my whiteboards, my boxes of scanners. "I lost everything," she said. "You gambled everything," I corrected. Marina swallowed. "They fired me. Keaton left. He said he didn't sign up for scandals." I felt a pinch of pity, but I didn't feed it. "I'm sorry, but I won't take blame for your choices." She nodded once. "I know." Silence filled the room. Finally, Marina said, "I always thought you were lucky because I couldn't stand the idea that you were better than me at something. I didn't move. I never wanted to be better. I wanted to be free." Marina's eyes filled again, but this time, the tears looked real. "I'm sorry, Evan." The words landed softly. Not a miracle, not a reset, just a start. I said, if you mean it, then do one thing. Tell Mom and Dad the truth without excuses, and never touch my work again. She nodded. Okay. Then she left, and I went back. Life lessons. Lesson 1. Keep records like your future depends on them. Save emails, version history, access logs, and meeting notes. When someone twists the story, your timestamps speak. Proof stops arguments, protects your work, and keeps clients calm. Facts beat noise every time. Backup files, and use tight access control. Lesson 2. Family love is not a license to disrespect you. If a relative crosses a line, name the behavior and set a boundary. Staying silent teaches them you will accept it again. Clear limits protect your peace, your money, and your marriage. Respect yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable. Lesson 3. Real success is steady, not loud. Build skill, deliver results, and let your work speak first. People who chase image may cut corners, but truth has weight. Stay calm under pressure, and the right people will trust you. Let humility guide you, and let audits guard your name. Now I want your opinion. Was I right to expose Marina with receipts, or should I have protected her? What would you have done when she threatened to ruin the client call? Which moment hit you hardest? The dinner insult, the forged date, or her confession on record? Comment your answer. Put these lessons into practice, and write where you are watching from. Thanks for staying till the end, and I hope to see you.
Before you go, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next upload. Then head to the playlists section and binge the best episodes. Family revenge, boss revenge, courtroom twists, and quiet comeback stories. If this story hit you, share it with a friend who needs courage. See you in the next TrueVenge Chronicles. Like the video to boost it in the algorithm and help more viewers find these emotional, suspense-filled revenge tales. Your support keeps this channel growing, week after week, story after story together. Goodbye.